everyone, this is Phil. Welcome to our Everyone Solves video. Today we're going to be solving on the new WeiLong V10. A lot of people asked for this video, so we're really happy to deliver, and this time we'll have some special guests in this video, so definitely keep watching if you want to find out who they are. So yeah, let's get started. The WeiLong V10 is fast, tactile, and blocky, and I personally like it a lot. When I say blocky, I mean it in mostly a good way. The cube is very stable and resists deforming really well, so it keeps shape very easily. Combine that with the really tactile feel, and you get a cube that rewards you handsomely for turning accurately. In fact, this tactile feel is what I find so fun about this cube, so when you hear me say, "This cube is so fun," I'm mostly referring to the tactile feeling. At the start, I locked up quite a bit on the cube, but I had a feeling that it would get better as I cubed on, so I continued and I'm glad I did. After getting used to it, I can say I'm a lot better on it. To me, this cube isn't blocky to a point where I want to just give up. Instead, it encourages me to get past it and to get used to it so that I can get better than average times. Overall, I have a very positive impression of the V10. I can definitely see it as a potential main, and I can see myself doing very well on it and also cubing very happily on it. I think the V9 is still a very different cube compared to the V10, so diehard fans of the V9 may still have a real chance of just still liking the V9. The V10 might not make complete sense if you're categorically against blocky cubes, but if you're open to it and you're looking for a cube with a really good character, I highly recommend the spring version, 20 Maglev Ball-Core WeiLong V10. That one's really great and I had a good time.
Hey guys, it's Jesse, and I'm kind of mixed on the V10. So it's got these really squared off corners and this more GAN style adjustment system. It definitely seems to be leaning more into these sort of GAN qualities, which is cool. I don't think it makes the cube bad. I just personally find it pretty hard to use, especially because I'm coming from a V9 and the V9 is still my main. It's a very flexible, fluid cube. This cube is so much more rigid, and I just lock up constantly on this cube, especially in last layer. I was really having a hard time just getting good, clean solves. And like, this is clearly a skill issue. The cube is basically telling me that I need to be more precise, but I just can't get used to it. My turning is just constantly in my head like, you gotta be more precise, you gotta be more careful. So for me, it's just kind of an awkward cube to use. So I know like the main question is gonna be, do I upgrade to this cube from the V9? And I don't really think it's really an upgrade. It's just a very different type of cube. So I would actually recommend this more to people who don't like the V9 than the people that do. If you like a more flexible cube, I don't think this is gonna work for you. I also just think this is a lot more similar to the RS3 V5 and like the YS3 than the WeiLong V9. So basically, I just think that it doesn't really fit in the WeiLong line, and they should have just called it the WeiLong V4. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching my Locky solves. See you guys later.
Hey guys, it's Damian. So the WeiLong V10, whenever I first tried it, I thought it was fantastic, and I still think it's a great cube. My solves didn't go that well, as you can probably see, but I really do like this puzzle. It is a little blocky. The blockiness is kind of offset by how light and fast the cube is, even after you set it up. This has been lubed pretty extensively and it's still pretty fast. And even though it's kind of an unpopular opinion, I was a little bit of a fan of the GAN 13. And this reminds me of that. It's not that airy, it just feels like there's a lot of contact between the pieces, which I really like. It definitely goes with my turning style. It's definitely good for the price for a flagship 3x3, around $30, $40, depending on the variant you choose. It's a good cube. But yeah, I really like it. I would be interested to hear in what top solvers say, and I think there's one in this video, so check that out.
Hey guys, so I'm gonna share my thoughts on the V10. Honestly, overall, I'm not impressed. It definitely feels a lot different than the V9. It feels more stable than the V9, but almost too much. That could be due to tighter tensions on this particular cube, because this one feels a little more flexy, whichever one that is. Yeah, overall, I was getting really strange lockups, and it just feels like a little extra. Like there's not a lot of space inside for me to have good flexibility with turning and speed. So definitely at least different from the V9, but I don't know, it's just not for me, I guess.
Oh, you meant read it out loud. Okay. Hey everyone, Jules here. So most MoYu cubes are going to be pretty solid, pretty stable, and can take a lot of abusive turning, and it's generally well put together. The V10 is none of those things. It feels more hollow, has meh stability, and is really particular about how you turn. It's also really super snappy, so it makes the magnets feel a lot stronger than what they are. And I'm just someone who's gotten so used to the V9 that I feel kind of betrayed about how this cube feels. It turns a little bit too easily, so I find myself overturning, and any additional forceful turns without any regard to your accuracy will definitely cause you to lock up. So if you're an aggressive turner and are thinking about potentially mating this cube, then you just need to come to terms with the fact that you are going to need to adjust how you turn. Would I recommend it overall? For people like me and other aggressive turners, then definitely no, but the price of the puzzle is just so aggressively good. It may just be worth a try. If anything, it's certainly a cube that punishes you for turning badly, so who knows, you might actually get some benefit for like practicing to turn on it and whatnot. Sag. Anyways, if you're tired of GAN pricing, here's a GAN cube that MoYu made.
Hey, it's Aaron, or Aaron Does Cubing on YouTube. The WeiLong V10 is an amazing puzzle, especially for the price. I've been maining the V9 for about a year, and the V10 is a very different cube. This cube is a lot more tactile and blocky than the V9. At the start of my session, it was way too fast, and mixed with the blocky feeling, I had a lot of turning inaccuracies. After a couple solves, I got used to the cube and I started averaging around 7 seconds. Yet, I found myself averaging 7 some solves. 5 solves later, I would get some 9s, which is very inconsistent of me. Overall, this cube is not for me, but it doesn't mean this cube is bad at all. If you do not like the V9, or if you like stable cubes in general, this cube may be for you and could be your potential main in the future. That's all for me, and I hope you enjoyed my solves.
Hey guys, Stanley here. The WeiLong V10 is a refreshing return to MoYu's early 2023 design paradigm when they released cubes like the original RS3M Super and YS3M. The cube is much more stable and a little bit more controllable than their recent releases like the Super WeiLong, and those are qualities that I can greatly appreciate in a 3x3. However, I do find that this cube is not quite as responsive to my turning style as a cube like my main, the YS3M Ball-Core. For this reason, I don't think I'll be maining this cube, but I do find this to be a very solid option for people looking to purchase a new 3x3.
Hi, I'm Steven, and overall I really like the V10. Out of the box, it was very fast and smooth, but I also noticed that it was kind of bumpy in the middle of turns. I figured out that this is because of the small diameter of the magnets in the edge feet. This means that when the magnets reach the point in the core that they repel, there's a very defined click. The click makes it feel more tactile, which is nice, but it also takes away a bit from the fluidity. I saw potential after a basic setup, but since I only had the Maglev version, the settings I needed to use to make it controllable also made it feel too blocky. I'll be getting one with springs soon, but I didn't want to wait that long to try it out, so my friend Pedro and I designed some parts to convert this cube to the old dual adjustment system. After switching to Worm V9 hardware and a Worm V9 Ball-Core, I like this cube a lot more because the springs allow me to use similar settings while feeling less restrictive and a bit lighter. However, it only felt necessary to make this change to allow me to use springs with the cube. Even though I prefer classic dual adjustment, this cube's adjustment system is not bad at all. I prefer having the more finely adjustable tensions that a screw allows, but this system is very easy to use and fairly easy to read, meaning that setting up this cube is very fast. The V10 definitely has a shot at being my main, but I'm not sure if it will be yet. Performance is definitely better than the YS3, which I've been using for over a year, but it's also more flexible and I'm not sure that my turning is good enough to handle it. It took me a while to figure out what this cube feels like, but I think the best description I came up with is a hybrid between the GAN 12 and the Tornado V3. It has the 12's tactility with the Tornado's soft, smooth feel, so if that sounds good for you, definitely pick one up. Finally, I want to mention that I recently accepted a full-time position at TheCubicle, so I'll be moving to New York next month and you'll see a lot more of me in the future. Thanks for listening and enjoy everyone else's solves.